Well, my dear students, in the previous class, we were discussing about the general characteristic features of hemichordata. As you all know that in hemichordata, it was the presence of notochord in either part of the body which was not complete. And I had also cited that the notochord is restricted towards the anterior part of the body. And as per the new books, it was also noted that the hemichordata is now considered as the ninth independent phyla of the invertebrates, but not as the part of protochordata. If this is considered as the reference, then Urochordata becomes the first subphylum of the protochordates. As the name indicates, Uro means tail, chordata means presence of notochord. So the Urochordata mainly means the organisms where the notochord is restricted towards the tail part of the body. So these are called as the Urochordata. So in today's video session, we are going to discuss about the general characteristic features of Urochordata in detail. So without wasting a time, let us directly jump into the topic. Well, my dear students, coming to the habit and habitat of the Urochordata, as the name indicates, Euro means tail, that in the Greek. Chordata means string, that is notochord. So, Urochordates are those organisms where the notochord is restricted towards the tail part. They are exclusively marine animals and they are cosmopolitan in distribution. Sometimes they may be solitary or colonial. Solitary means they are present in single. Colonial, they are living in groups. Some are pelagic too. They may be free swimming or sedentary. Usually, one best example for free swimming is Doliolum. Sedentary example is Acidia, Herdmania, etc. In many Urochordates, as I told in the first point, notochord is restricted to the tail region of the body. Coming to the body plan, they are triploblastic animals, that is, the body is derived from three germ layers, that is, ectoderm, which is outer layer, inner endoderm, and middle mesoderm. The body is bilaterally symmetrical, that is, the body can be cut into two equal halves passing through the central plane in any one direction. Have organ system grade of organization. In adults, coelom is usually absent. Instead of it, an ectoderm layer lined arterial cavity is present, which opens outside by a arterial aperture. The adults are usually sessile, but the larva, in case of Urochordates, is free swimming, and they are called as tadpole larvae. Coming to the structure of Urochordates, body is covered by a thick layered tunic or test, which is mainly composed of a chemical component called as tunicin, hence the name tunic. This tunicin is very much similar to that of a cellulose, hence the name tunicata is justified. There is no body segmentation, that is, body segmentation is absolutely absent. Notochord is present at the tail region, as I told in the previous slide. Tail is not only seen in the tail region, and that is restricted only in the larval stage, but all the all the notochord is absolutely absent in case of adults. The large pharynx is present with the presence of endostyle, and two or more gill slits are seen. And even these gill slits are only seen in larval stages but not in the adult. The dorsal atrial aperture and terminal branchial aperture are also seen, and they are present at the opposite directions in 180-degree posture. And even this is seen in only in case of the larval stage. Coming to the physiological details of Urochordata, you know that they are all filter feeders. Respiration in case of adults takes place through test or tunic. Respiration in case of larval stages takes place through the gills. The alimentary canal is complete. Excretion occurs through the pyloric glands, sometimes nephrocytes, sometimes neural glands. The blood vascular system is open type, that is the ventral tubular heart is present. The heart is present towards the ventral side. There is a special quality here. There are some cells called as vanadocytes which are present in the body, which extract an element called as vanadium from the seawater. So vanadocytes extract vanadium, hence the name vanadocytes. Cytes means cells. Vanadium. Vanadium extracting cells are called as vanadocytes. So these vanadocytes are present in the body. In case of larvae, which is commonly called as tadpole larvae, the nerve cord is present towards the dorsal side and is hollow, but in case of adult, it is reduced to the single nerve ganglion at the center of two apertures, that is atrial and branchial apertures. So in case of adult, the nerve cord is absolutely absent. Instead, it has been reduced to the single nerve ganglion at the center of two apertures. So this is all about the physiological details. Coming to the reproduction, reproduction is mostly sexual, but in some they reproduces asexually too. That the sexual method is budding here. Development is indirect. A very important and special thing in case of urochordates is retrogressive metamorphosis is seen. Retro means वापस उल्टा ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Retrogressive, progressive, retrogressive, opposite words. Retrogressive metamorphosis. Usually in case of metamorphosis, the larva changes into the adult so that the adult is far more advanced than the larval form. But in case of retrogressive metamorphosis, metamorphosis occurs in such a way that the larvae is very much advanced, but after the retrogressive metamorphosis, adult loses all its advanced characters. Here, they lose all the advanced characters which are possessed by the chordates. So we will discuss this retrogressive metamorphosis in detail when we will take this as a next video. Very important. This can be asked for 10 marks question. Very important question. So I will be taking this as a next chapter. Fertilization here is external. Sometimes, many a times, cross fertilization is the rule. Majority of the tunicates are monoecious. Coming to the examples of the tunicates, this is one best example, that is Ascidia. See the structure of the body which is covered by the test. There are two openings. You can see the two openings. That is, one is atrial aperture and one is branchial aperture. So they are if you see these pictures, they exactly look like sponges. But what makes tunicates Different from sponges is the presence of spicules in case of the sponges. Spicules are absolutely absent in case of tunicates. This is one example called as acidia. So this is second example, that is Herdmania. You can see the external features of Herdmania here. You can see the real exact picture of Herdmania in the left side of the slide. Again here there is two openings, that is branchial aperture and atrial aperture. The area where the Herdmania attaches to the substratum is called as the foot, which is muscular. So this is one example of tunicates. Coming to the next example. So this is the third example of tunicates. One is doliolum. The doliolum exactly looks like this. They are microscopic, coming under the class Thaliata. Order is Doliolida, genus is Doliolum. So this is one best example of Urochordata or Tunicata.